Most wrestling games over the past 2 decades have gone away from what makes a sport fun. Focusing on complex controls and flashy graphics, many have lost sight of what makes sports entertainment exciting as a video game. Now, although there have been some exceptions over the years, from smaller and larger publishers alike, a special shout out to Wrestling Empire, fantastic game by the way, I've been waiting for a game featuring actual wrestlers and something akin to the amazing grappling system found in the N64 THQ, WCW, and WWF titles for a long time. Now, while it seems like the WWE is content on releasing games that barely run or just broken, AEW is actually taking a different approach here and is looking to bring back that same magic with AEW Fight Forever. THQ Nordic Japan actually brought the game to TGS 2022, and I had a chance to check it out on the show floor. Let's get into it. Danny from the Famicast here. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and turn on all those notifications, all that type of stuff. If you have any questions about TGS or this game or something like that, please be sure to let us know in the comments down below. But anyways, today we're talking about the TGS demo build for AEW Fight Forever. Now, THQ Nordic went all out with the AEW booth at TGS this year. Now, a full wrestling ring and actual matches took place over the course of the show. Now, not only that, but attendees were actually able to go into the entrance tunnels and the ring as part of the experience. Now, despite kind of like being an on and off again wrestling fan over the years, I've never, not once in my life, stepped foot inside the squared circle. Well, TGS 2022 changed all that. You know, I'm almost 40 years old, but I was having a blast just with this whole aspect of it. You can kind of see here in the footage, I'm making an idiot of myself. I'm trying to channel early 1990s Shawn Michaels, particularly circa SummerSlam 93. And yeah, obviously look like a bit of a dweeb doing so, but still super fun here. Now, just to get to the game, because that's why you guys are all here, THQ had 8 demo units in their booth, all running PC builds of Fight Forever. This appears to be almost identical to the demo that they actually brought to Gamescom over the summer, with the only exception being the addition of Japanese. Now, on the business day that I visited the booth, things were pretty subdued, and there weren't really many people waiting. There were just really almost like no long wait times or anything like that. So that made it easy for me to try out the demo 3 times throughout the day. Fans of old school AKI or THK wrestling games on N64, I think you're going to find the controls here in Fight Forever pretty familiar. The grapple system is back, and I think it feels pretty good. The build on the show floor was, like I said, running off of PCs using Xbox controllers. But so yeah, the control system was kind of like this. The grappling was all handled with the A button. X was punch, Y was kick, and B was run. And if you hold these buttons, sans the run button, you will perform stronger attacks or grapples, which is needed if you want to do more powerful moves like with the grapple and stuff. Now, entering the ring, exiting the ring, and climbing the turnbuckles, these are all assigned to the left trigger. Guard, pins, and grapple reversals are all handled with the left bumper. The right trigger was used to perform an Irish whip, and the right stick can initiate taunts. While it did take a little bit of time to get used to this, because it's a little bit different than what I was kind of used to here recently, but, I was able to tear up my opponents here in no time, and the wrestling was pretty fast and fluid, and most importantly, it was fun. The demo had the following playable characters, with only available in single player versus CPU, but they had Adam Cole, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, Paul Wright, Thunder Rosa, and Hikaru Shida. Now, I could notice some slight differences between the characters. For example, with Paul Wright being massive, it was difficult to make the guy budge early on in the match with light strikes. Of course, given the size of Wright, it was also impossible for me playing a CM Punk to pick him up for a slam. Without enough momentum on my side. Also other things too, like context-sensitive moves, like getting wrestlers tied up in the ropes, or, obviously if you're outside the ring, you could throw them into the steel post. You can also like pick them up and slam them like onto the ropes, like right into their neck, stuff like that. All that type of stuff is there, so that was pretty cool. Additionally, characters like Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida, they're pretty agile. While Adam Cole seemed like a little bit more of like an all-around, kind of, I don't know, mid-tier base type of guy in that regard. Now, obviously these kind of things are probably expected, but it's nice to see them in this build and see that the game appears to be on the right track. Now, one very small thing I noticed, and I was a little bit disappointed by, and that is the complete wrestler entrances all the way into the ring. I know. It's not a huge deal or anything, but that was one of my gripes with an otherwise awesome game on the N64, WWF No Mercy. Again, this has no bearing on gameplay and stuff like that, and also Fight Forever is still in development, so it's possible that something like this could get added into the game. Fight Forever's visuals match its arcade-like feel. Now, while I think the wrestlers do look fairly realistic, they do sport a bit more of a cartoony look here. You know, honestly, I think it still looks great. I think doing this will more than likely make it a little bit easier to retain this visual style when scaling the game down to less powerful hardware, like the Switch. You know, there were a few issues here and there with collision detection and clipping and stuff like that, but I don't think that took away at all from the gameplay in the slightest. Yeah, Fight Forever also ran pretty smoothly here too, which was, you know, the most important part. AEW Fight Forever is still a work in progress, but I like what I played on the TGS show floor. You know, the action is fast and fluid, the visuals are great, and I think the game was just fun. The final game is promising a multitude of modes, including a career mode, tons of customization and match types, online co-op, and more. And it's coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series systems, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But let's go ahead and turn things over to you guys. Are you looking forward to AEW Fight Forever? What platform are you planning to pick it up for, if you're picking it up? And here's another one too. What's your favorite wrestling game of all time? Sound off in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you like what you see, please feel free to drop this video a like. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. We've got tons of podcast video reviews, coverage of TGS and other events here in Japan, and a whole lot more. Again, this is Danny from the Famicast. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.